Brazil, the fourth largest urban city in Brazil, in the Northeast. Just over 4 million people call this place home, and it will feel like there's 4 million people in this jam-packed arena for the final of the 2022 AmeriCup. Brazil taking on Argentina. Yellow and green all throughout this crowd. They have been rocking well before tip. Feeling like it's a concert in here. I have goosebumps. Hope that the atmosphere comes through at home to you on your screen as our crew brings you the sights, sounds, and pictures of a final, a place in forever on the line for Argentina or Brazil. Road to the finals. Argentina and Brazil. Argentina went through Venezuela, they went through the Americans, and now trying to do it to the host nation. Brazil went through the Dominican Republic, beating Canada in the semifinals, and trying to hoist an AmeriCup here in front of a jam-packed crowd in Recife. Here comes Argentina. A team with experience, a team with poise, a team that is looking to continue on the legacy of the golden era. And what a time to do it after Manu Ginobili goes into the Hall of Fame this weekend. This would be a great tribute to take home a gold medal at the AmeriCup. Here comes Brazil. Stepping out of the shadows of the AmeriCup, the pressure of hosting a tournament and delivering is on those men's shoulders. We stand and rise for the playing of the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, now, e agora todos, numa só voz, o hino nacional do Brasil.
The three officials in charge of keeping this game in check. Vasquez, Anya, and Bermudez from Puerto Rico, Mexico, and Venezuela. Well, two teams that have not lost so far, and boy, would it be heartbreak city to lose in a finals. Let's look at Argentina's starting lineup. Capasso, La Provitola, Delfino, Delia, and Deck. Same starting five all game long for Argentina and head coach Pablo Prigioni.
And Coach Pablo Prigioni has done a tremendous job, you know, just taking over this group. And I think there's one player that's excelled, you know, with him at the helm, and that's Gabriel Deck, right? He's come out, led this tournament in scoring, but it's not just his scoring, right? It's how the impact that he's had, the presence that he's played with, right? And the poise, you know, he always has this stoic, calm look on his face, but he's come out here and he's just really demanded attention. He's really been the guy. He's really been, you know, probably, in my opinion, the MVP of this entire tournament, the way he's gone out there and really taking over and taking this team to the next level.
The five for Brazil: Felicio, Lozada, Huertas, Leonardo, and Diaz. Leonardo had the big game in the semifinals for that man, Coach Conti, Gustavo Conti, who has his team undefeated here in the finals, but Leonardo showed a big win. Brazil needed it most against Canada.
Leonardo did it, right? And they've had a number of guys that stepped up, but that performance was even more impressive because that was to advance, right? That's when the bright lights were on. That's when his team needed him the most, and he elevated his play. He elevated his team, and you want that, right? And I'm expecting a big performance from Huertas, right? Because he's going to be an extension of the head coach. He's the leader of his team. He's the veteran. He's experienced. He's played in big games, and everybody's going to look to him, you know, for that leadership, for that mentality, that winning mentality, rather.
Argentina will be wearing the home white uniforms in this game. They won't be the home team support, though, but there is a smattering of blue and white through the crowd that would love to party here in Recife. On the other end, Coach Conti has his men in the road green. The crowd here is deafening. Hope it comes through on the screen at home or wherever you're watching. We're about to have some fun for 40 minutes of basketball to crown an AmeriCup champion in 2022.
And listen, when you get out here, each one of these guys are competitors. You, at the first time you pick up a basketball, you envision these moments. You envision playing in championships. You envision, you know, who you're going to be and how you're going to celebrate on the podium and taking those big shots. This is the moment these guys live for.
The crowd counts down to the opening tip. The fourth meeting in the finals of an AmeriCup between Brazil and Argentina. Off we go in 2022. Argentina controls the tap, going from right to left on your screen. Hashtag AmeriCup if you want to join in on conversation on social media. Delfino's three no good. Deck with the offensive rebound. And he'll look to go to work. The boosts matter for the potential tournament MVP. You can't silence them, but another rebound for Argentina. La Provitola for three. Got it. Great start for Argentina.
And right out the gate, right, you see Argentina come out with purpose and intentional there. 2 offensive rebounds, and you get a big shot. The person you don't want the ball, you know, in his hands, La Provitola. He's a professional scorer, bucket getter.
Huertas responds with a mid-range jumper.
And you know Huertas is going to come out and he's going to respond and have a big game. No surprise that first shot is his, and he knocks it down.
Was the MVP of the BCL Final Four with Tenerife this past season. As you said, he is a big game player. Take a look at Benite on the bench for Brazil. He started in the game yesterday against Canada. Lozada gets the start for Brazil in this one, chasing Campasso on this possession, and he throws it away. They say the last touch, though, by Brazil will stay here with 9 ticks on the shot clock for Argentina to work with. Facu Campasso leading this tournament in assists, 9 per game. It's La Provitola with the mismatch. He'll tee up the 3 over Felicio, can't get it to go. And Huertas will let it bounce out of bounds.
And you give Felicio credit for that, right? That's twice now. He was out on a switch, deck earlier, and La Provitola now, and he's moving his feet. Big boy, but he understands right now. Every possession counts, and that defense is going to be so important in this match.
Huertas trying to shake Campasso. Goes behind his back. Campasso doing a great job of staying in front of him. Shot clock ticking down. Huertas gonna have to do something with it. The foul is gonna be called on Facu with 1 second left on the shot clock.
But I like it, right? Facu getting up into him and just let him know you're not gonna have your way. You're a magician with the ball. I'm gonna get up into you. See it here, riding him. You let Huertas have his way and dictate the game. He's gonna pick you apart. So great job defensively, being aggressive early.
Huertas for 3. Too strong. Leonardo on the offensive glass.
Leonardo picking up right where he left off. You know, not a big shot, right? Not a 3-point shot, but getting on that offensive rebound and getting this crowd into it, right? And that's what you want, those energy plays.
Delfino finds Deck inside. He's deep. Can't get it to go. Delia with possession. He stepped out of bounds, though. We're going to have a tough time hearing the whistle in this gym.
And there you see Paulo Prigioni just letting that know you got it that deep, right? That defense is collapse, kick it out. Right? Look for shooters, guys are open.
4-3 early on in favor of Brazil. Felicio screens Leonardo, Euro step, left-hand shot not there. And Campasso will lead the break the other way. Facu takes the hit, and Diaz blocked him. The foul, they say, is on the floor, though. Facu Campasso, such a different player when he's looking for his offense. He's averaging 12.2 points per game here in the tournament. 9 assists, that leads the way in 28 minutes. They find Delfino, slapped out of his hands. Delia is fouled by Diaz, and Delia very lucky to walk away from that. Looking like he can walk that one off because Diaz went crashing into his leg at an awkward angle.
And that's a big boy there, just falling down on that ankle. You mentioned Campasso, right? And the way his play. Here you can see Lucas Diaz just coming down and Delia's leg and pin. Campasso, his confidence is just so different playing with his team here. La Provitola hitting a big shot, but it's a stark contrast from the Campasso you see at the NBA. Right now he's a scoring threat as well as he's going to get guys involved.
Huertas looking for his offense early, missing on the open mid-range jump shot. La Provitola in the front court now. Hands it to Campasso. Campasso gets the switch. Diaz gonna have trouble to stay in front of him. Campasso, step back 3.
Just what we're talking about, right? His scoring, you're gapping him, doing what you're supposed to, not allowing him to use his space, his speed rather, but at the same time, he's rising up into his jump shot, extremely confident, and when he gets that confident energy going, he makes shots.
Felicio down low, poked away by Delia, but he fouled him. It's the first foul for Delia. Early on, here it is. Just getting a little too much arm there on the poke away. It'll be Brazil basketball with 14 to shoot. Huertas will trigger this inbound. They hand to Felicio, and then back to Huertas. Leonardo, that's an offensive foul. Delfino stepping in and taking it on the numbers.
That's just knowing your scouting report, right? The experience by Delfino there, just knowing Leonardo's going to, shot fake, and if he's going to attack, he's attacking to his left. Delfino beating him to the spot, taking it on the chest, and you get your team an extra possession here.
Clock took a little while to start, so we'll adjust it. And it gives us a second, Javon, to talk about the keys of the game in this one. Let's start with Argentina.
Well, for Argentina, it's just taking care of the basketball, right? They've proven that they've come out here and they can execute. Now, if they're able to not turn over the ball against Brazil's defense and athleticism, they're going to get shots, right? And they've proven to knock them down at a high clip. They have a number of guys that can hit from the outside. And then they have these two guards, Laprovitola and Campazzo, that really, you know, are the head of the snake, and the pick and roll action can pick you apart, score, and get other guys involved.
Campazzo turning in the corner, finds Deck underneath, and Deck left it short right on the doorstep. And if you're Brazil, the keys to the game and a potential championship.
I think you heard it right there, right? This crowd in here, there's about 7,000 people in here feeding off of that crowd, right? And I think you have to use that to your advantage and have this crowd be that sixth man, that invisible sixth man on that court to give you that advantage in this game.
Delfino in front of his bench for three. Gabriel Deck on the cleanup. It's his first two of the night. Gave you 30 and 9 in the win against Team USA. Laprovitola trying to flop his way to the foul. Referee's not obliging, so Lozada will go to work on the block. The dig down by Campazzo. Kick Felicio for three. Can't get it to go. He hit one against Team USA early in the game, showing you that he can shoot the three. Lozada, he tries from three-point range, can't get it to go. And finally on the ricochet, Laprovitola now in the front court for Argentina. Deck for three, got it. And that leads to a timeout for Brazil. Argentina with a 10-point lead halfway through the first quarter.
Some guys are just gamers, right? Deck only taking about 2 threes per game over the course of this tournament and hitting less than 1 per game. But you see here, the level of the game rises, and so does his play, right? Stepping out, getting on the rim on a putback, and now showing you, his range as well. Not surprised, he's played well over the course of this tournament.
Outra hora a gente faz chute forçado e ninguém pega o rebote. Esse começo de jogo parece que eles estão com físico e nós não. Eles pegam mais rebote aqui, eles pegam mais rebote lá. Na troca em si, nós tomamos uma bola de 3 do Campazzo só. Essa bola tem que ajudar. Se é troca, tem que ajudar, não tem que ajudar. Se é troca, esse chute do Delfino no canto não tem que ajudar. Esse chute do Deck agora não tem que ajudar, não tem que ajudar. Se nós estamos jogando, trocando cada um no seu, não tem rotação. Nós estamos trocando e fazendo rotação, presta atenção. O Iago vai defender o Campazzo, o Iago vai fazer passe agora. Vocês dois, vocês vão empurrar e ele vai passar.
You could highlight many players on this Argentinian squad. So far, it's Laprovitola with 6.
Coming out and hitting the big shots early, right? You just get this team going, and you just see here off of the flare, and the defense goes under Delia, and he knows what to do with it. Give him that space, you give him that time, he's going to tee it up. Again, a professional scorer, a professional bucket getter. You have to get on him and get his toes off that line and make things physical. Can't fall asleep on him.
Second leader scorer for Argentina in this tournament, averaging just under 17 points per game. Leonardo spinning in the lane, finds Lozada. Lozada watched by Laprovitola. Lozada falling away. Deck being guarded by Felicio. Brusino into the game for the first time for Argentina. This is his first touch. Delia hard screen. Good defense by Brazil, being physical with Argentina. Campazzo with a gorgeous cut and fine by Delia.
And that's what makes them so hard to guard, right? It's all the actions off of the ball, and instinctively, when your man gives up the ball, you relax as a defender. You can't do that with Argentina. Too
Santos
good, too fluid.
In the lane, he gets hammered. He'll go to the line. You're right about the fluidity for Argentina. They move so well, cut so well. We talked about it all tournament long off the basketball. See Vacu Campazzo leaving with 4:05 to play in this first quarter, picking up the foul. But here's what you were just mentioning on that replay. It's Delia in the post, and you can't fall asleep off the ball.
Can't fall asleep at all, and this starts from their warm-ups, right? You watch them go into this game and just, usually teams get 2 lines going and they're laying it up and just getting shots. You watch how they go through their actions You know, you get one shot and 2 cuts. And this, we're talking about in warm-ups, right? This is before the game even starts, how they get their sweat going. So this stuff is, it's not by mistake. It's worked in. It's a culture that they've, you know, cultivated and fostered over the year.
Whenever Coach Conte needs some offense, he calls on number 2, Iago Santos, who just knocked down those 2 free throws. He's been averaging just under 12 points, 11.8 to be exact, in this tournament, coming off the bench in just 20 minutes of play.
And he delivers. That's one thing for certain. He definitely delivers. And I mentioned it before, he likes when the bright lights are on, and he loves to play for these people here, people at home.
Deck feels this is a mismatch, so he attacks Felicio, the kick out. Balmaro spinning, fading, tough shot. Leandro Balmaro getting in his bag.
Some guys take shots, and some guys make shots. And Balmaro right there just showing you this is how you make a shot.
Stores a 10-point lead for Argentina. Lozada turning the corner. He's been aggressive with his offense. That's tapped off the rim. La Provitola with a nice job to save it. Look away pass by Balmaro, finds Deck inside, but he blew the layup. Santos the other way. And Balmaro takes the foul. The foul's on the floor. Brazil and the entire crowd wanted the unsportsmanlike, but it's just going to be a common foul. Here it is.
And that's a good foul, right? You know, no ill intent there, play on the ball, and I think you mentioned it earlier, when this Brazil team needs a spark, Dos Santos is the guy, right? And you don't want to give him any opportunity to get going, so a great foul there in transition, force them to earn it. Take that ball out on the side and run through some offense. You let him get going, you give this team, you ignite this team and ignite this crowd here, because they love watching this kid play.
Speaking of buckets, Mariano checks into the game for Brazil, and Felicio leaves. Brazil just makes it so tough on you. You have Felicio, who can stretch the floor, play back to the basket, and then Mariano's probably a little bit better at both.
Well, they come in and they wear you down. You can see it here, kick out, and Mariano's a threat there, one extra pass to Lozada, and he gets that penetration, uses his athleticism. He's turned it on tonight. He knows what time it is, and he's playing, right? You can just see how he came out and warmed up, and he's getting right to it.
He got the start for Brazil and Coach Conte, and right now, Conte looking like a genius. It's Lozada again for 3. Can't get it to go. Tapped out. Santos chased it down, but he stepped out of bounds before he saved it.
Lozada wanted that one, right? Great job to try transition by Dos Santos. You can see open in the corner, and that's the right thing to do, right? Lozada gave you a bucket before. You go right back to that hand and see if he can give you another one.
Lucino looking for help, finds it in Galizzi. It's Balmaro. Turns the corner, pulls up, pure.
That was the exact same spot that he hit the one earlier, that tough one, the fadeaway there, getting right back to it.
It's a good looking jump shot, elevated over the D.
Great read as well. Lozada went under that screen twice. He just made him pay for it.
Mariano for 3. If you don't get out on him, it's gonna be a bucket.
And the shot is so pretty, so beautiful, great art, great length. But he's a mismatch problem. You look at his size, can kill you in the post. Or you kick it out to him, he's gonna knock it down.
Lucino attacking. Gabriel Deck now, watched by Minero. Deck, step back 3. He's giving us everything here.
He's a gamer. You look at the scouting report over the course of these 5 games and you say, look, let him shoot the ball, right? That's gonna be the scout, that's gonna be the agenda on him. And already he's come out, understands, okay, this team is gonna gap me a bit. I'm gonna make shots, I'm gonna take them. And whether he makes or misses, those are good shots because it forces the defense to play honest. Fortunately, he's come out here and started hot from 3.
2 for 2 for 3-point range for Gabriel Deck. Came into the game shooting 30% from deep. Paula, he'll try from 3. Left it short. Mariano got a hand to it. Will go the other way. Valette will check into the game for Gabriel Deck as both teams well into their bench here. Coach Conte feeling the emotion of the finals at home. You talk about pressure, it's pressure to deliver. Brazil's been able to answer the call in every single game here in Recife. Brusino off the dribble three, can't get it to go. Good box out there by Mineiro. No chance for Valette to grab that rebound, and Valette couldn't do anything but foul.
A good box out there, right? That's what you want. A shot goes up, you identify bodies around you and just get into their legs, get under them. Great job boxing out. You leave Valette no option. Just lock him in prison there, coming over the body.
That foul, the 15th foul for Argentina in this quarter. So double trouble there. That sends Mineiro to the line for the first time in this game. He's shooting 67% from the foul line. Well, Pablo Prigioni, you see him there, taking over this team very late into the preparation for this tournament, and has done a phenomenal job of getting his team and making sure that they stayed on the same page. That did not interrupt. The coaching change did not interrupt what they came here to do.
And that's a response from his players. There's a trust that he has from them. There's a respect that he has from his players as well. And now they're playing for him, right? And you have to appreciate that.
Brusino open three, cash out. Argentina, their offense is clicking here tonight. They've silenced this crowd, and another turnover here for Brazil. 5 assists and counting for Argentina, as Benite couldn't control that pass, and boy, did that pass come with a little bit of sauce on it. 2-for-1 opportunity for Argentina if they want it. Slaprovitala calling out a set. He gets the switch. Brusino's probably going to want the basketball at some point, telling Valette to squeeze down into that corner to give some space. Galizzi, hard roll. La Provitola. Valette for three. Can't get it to go. Galizzi battling. Paula comes away with the rebound. Shot clock turned off. Final possession here for Brazil. They were able to close 3 quarters against Canada yesterday with a basket at the end of it. And that gave them momentum, and the crowd loved every moment of it. It's Santos on Valette. Can't get it to go. Brusino with time. Fires. Almost banked it in. And that's how we'll end the first quarter. 26-14, Argentina in front after 1. The stats of the first quarter of play: Argentina shooting the ball well from 3-point range. Best plays, sights, and sounds of the gold medal game here at the AmeriCup are all yours. Well, the courtside 1891 app is your home for the AmeriCup. Streams, schedules, scores, and so much more. Eurobasket also going on. We have the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup coming up in a matter of days in Australia. Courtside 1891, your app for everything international basketball. Well, after 1, Argentina rolling. They were able to get it to their bench. Those fans who have made the trip here to Recife have been able to celebrate on an important weekend for them. They saw a legend, Manu Ginobili, go into the Hall of Fame. Boy, would they like to get him a gift and a gold medal here in Recife. Second quarter off and running.
And they came out in that first quarter, and you know, one of the keys to the game for Argentina was to take care of the basketball. You know, 10 minutes of play, 5 assists, and 0 turnovers. Great job, and with all the movement, they've done a good job there, and I think that's where they have to continue to play and execute as fluid as their offense is.
As much as we talked about their offense, we saw right there defensively how they've been able to annoy Brazil. That play tipped out of bounds by Galizzi, who just didn't give up. Good effort. 5 to shoot for Brazil now.
Right, they're not going to pressure you the most, right? But they're going to get into passing lanes, deny passing lanes. And one thing that I've been impressed with is they move on a string. You know, they switch out accordingly, they communicate, they help each other, and then they really move well with their length. So they become disruptive. They don't allow you to get into your offense or get where you want to easily.
Galizzi and Mariano were doing battle in the paint. Two big bodies just jousting. Benite comes off the screen and fires. That's a 3. His first.
Great job. You see how fast, great space on his cut. Comes off that pin down, an easy shot for him.
Rosino walked into a 3, thought he was going to make it, it rimmed out. Here's Benite now driving instead. He's fouled, he'll go to the line.
That helps. You come off a pin down, you hit the first one. That attack there, he catches it, the defense is closing out. Smart, heady play, just attacks right away off the catch. No wasted dribble, and that Euro step forcing a foul.
You see Huertas acting like another coach on the bench for this Brazilian side. Benite knocks down a free throw.
He's coming off a big year for himself, you know, Basketball Champions League MVP and champion this 2021 here. So you know he knows how to close out.
Rosino attacking, finds Galizzi. The defense there by Monero, but the ball on the ricochet goes to Rosino, who cashes out.
See how quick they move off the catch, bounce pass, shot goes up. Rosino catches it back and finishes, right? Quick movement, all on one, all on the same page.
Santos. Mariano was stripped by Vildosa. Is picked up by Galizzi. Rather, Valette. And now Rosino. The crowd letting him hear it. Rosino turning, spinning in the lane. Good a job of keeping his dribble alive to find some space.
Well, he knew he had the mismatch with Marino, right? And kept his dribble alive and forced Marino to chase him. Got himself, rubbed himself off of the second screen there and got to the rim.
Benite trying to free himself from Vildosa. Vildosa doing a good job of staying in his jersey. Maybe too good of a job as he fouled him.
There, he just trying to get in and be physical with Benite. You know, Dos Santos was trying to get Benite another shot there off of the flare and then over the pin. Now here you can see him fighting over and coming back and just gets into him a little too much and drawing the foul. Here you get to see Rosino just, Marino chasing him, knows he's the quicker one, forcing him to work on the defensive side.
Santos probing, has Galizzi on him. He'll step back, got Galizzi in the air. Felicio with 3 to shoot. Monero will take the 3, way off. Offensive rebound, Leonardo, and kick out to Benite. Santos, if that pass is on the money, it would have went up. Felicio. And the foul's gonna be on Galizzi as he's trying to fight to keep Felicio from getting position.
And then again, the defense of Argentina, right? Ball going to the post. You can see that strong side, digging down, not making things easy on Felicio. And you kind of feel like this defense is speeding up Brazil in a sense.
Keeping them out of sorts a little bit. You're right about that. It's a 14 foul, however, on Argentina as Leonardo freed himself and cashes out on the floater.
Tough play there. Defense rides over the screen. And Leonardo just making a good read and staying low, flaring, and getting to his one dribble floater.
Rosino. Bomaba with 5 to shoot. Well, Mater will take the three. In and out. Santos on the push. And he's fouled by Racino, and that's a terrible foul because that puts Santos at the line for 2 shots.
That's, you compound it right now because not only does he get 2 shots at the line, everybody's going to be a tad bit more aggressive. Here you see that floater we seen earlier, because that puts Argentina in the penalty, right? So every foul after this, Brazil's going to the free throw line. 7 minutes, and a guy with the speed of Dos Santos, you're pretty much at their mercy. And they're going to be attacking to get down. They're going to be looking into the post to draw those fouls and slow this game down a bit.
Santos shooting 92% from the foul line, knocks in the first one. As much praise as he's given Argentina the last couple of possessions defensively, they've been maybe a little too physical and now find themselves in the penalty. They're not doing themselves a service if they're going to send Brazil to the line and get this crowd back into this game. Play stopped as Delfino was supposed to check in after the free throw went through. They replaced Brasino. Capasso back on the floor for Argentina as well. So we have the starters and Galizzi on the floor for Argentina. Capasso crossing over in the lane. He gets hammered and he'll go to the line. Took a tough shot there. Good to see him get off the deck.
We've seen that play a couple times yesterday. They would come off the screen. Capasso will come off the screen and look for death coming across to post up from the cross screen there. Capasso doing a good job of just pivoting and reading the defense, playing that and attacking the basket. Looking for those secondary options, right? Great guards do that. They're able to see the primary, read the defense as it's developing, and attack that secondary play instinctively.
Foul was on Rafa Minero. As Capasso knocks down both free throws to give him 7 points. 6:35 remaining in the first half. Benite for 3. He'll go to the line now for 3 shots.
He's come out here with a purpose, right? You see him there coming off that ball screen, just extremely tight and no big in sight, playing him pretty flat. And he knows he has La Provitola on his hip and gets up and then, again, drawing another foul here.
See Galizzi exiting the game. Delia back on the floor for Argentina. And Benite knocks down the first free throw. Well, he got the start against Team Canada in the semifinals and really provided a spark in the first half for Brazil with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and it felt like that really ignited Brazil and got them the energy that this crowd was. They were then able to feed off the crowd and transfer it on the floor.
And that's the energy you want to feed off. You're a host country, you're a host team. You have that advantage. Guys coming off the bench, or you have to understand it. Guys starting, you have to understand it. You get the luxury of getting these guys involved.
Deck, count it, and the foul.
The look on his face, man. He's just, this is business for him. This is not, I'm not coming out here to have fun. I'm not coming out here to be friends with anybody. This is a job that I'm coming out here to do, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability.
See the foul underneath on La Provitola there. So count the bucket. And possession now for Argentina. Oh, what a step back by Campasso. At Felicio shaking like a leaf. The largest lead of the game now for Argentina after that 3. Benite finds Minero. Can't respond. And La Provitola leads the break the other way. Campasso wanted it. Didn't get it. Maybe he gets it on to Curl. Delia inside. Delfino open for three. No good. Delia was being held by Santos. And we'll stay here. The 13th foul now by Brazil.
Listen, if Brazil doesn't get a hold on these paint touches by the guards of Argentina, they are going to lay it on thick, because these guys get in there, they score the basketball, and they make great decisions once the defense has collapsed. Have to do that work early and not allow them to get those paint touches. That's the name of the game right now for Argentina.
Gabriel Deck 3 for 3 from three-point range in the game so far. La Provitola will try for three. Too strong. Felicio skies for the board. It'll be Santos. Turns the corner. Santos float game. In and out. Brazil having a tough time even hitting the easy ones now. La Provitola with the feed to Delia. They're rolling offensively.
And just look how skilled he is, right? Delia catches the ball on the move, gathers his feet 1-2, and just avoids the defense, right? Scores around the defense, scoop pass, and Lozada's coming over to help side, and just the ability to catch, gather the feet, and finish. Skilled big man. It doesn't demand the ball, but has a big-time presence with little plays like that.
Largest lead of the game. Timeout on the floor. 5:09 to play. Brazil, let's listen to their huddle.
Não é possível. Olha só, eu vou mudar a regra do pick and roll na defesa. Vou mudar a regra. Nós vamos fazer show, tá certo? Nós vamos fazer show. Todo mundo acha que tem que fazer show, certo? Todo mundo acha. Por quê? Na troca eles estão metendo bola de três. Eles estão jogando um contra um e metendo. Não é a execução, é a regra. Agora nós vamos mudar a regra. Eles não vão mais meter bola de três. Mas olha só, se a gente vai fazer um show, a bola não pode entrar aqui no short roll, tá certo não? O armador pega o passe do drible, o pivô sai agressivo, a rotação da primeira linha aqui fechando, segunda linha também. Tá certo não? Senão eles vão começar a passar, nós vamos no fundo da rotação. Tá certo não? A execução precisa ser melhor. Não é a regra, é a execução de vocês. Enquanto vocês passarem...
Well, Gabriel Deck red hot in the first half for Argentina. 11 points and counting for him. Here's his work.
Smart plays, right? You just see him here, lulling the defense to sleep. You're going to gap me. I'm going to knock it down. I know what the scouting report is on me, and came out here and has hit threes, right? It showed you another dimension to his game. And I think that's impressive, because this whole week, I've said it to you a number of times, he scored the ball around the rim. He's taking advantage of mismatches. Well, guess what? His mismatch now is on the perimeter, and he's still taking advantage of it.
Let's see how Brazil respond out of the timeout. They do have Argentina in foul trouble. A penalty the rest of the way here in the first. Huertas on the floor. Now for Brazil. Santos puts his head down, driving, spins, cash out.
And a great shot there. You credit his ability, but at the same time, you're looking at Brazil's offense. It just seems like the shots that they are scoring, the shots that they are taking are just a little bit more difficult than what Argentina's getting.
Felicio coming on the hedge with the hip check on Capasso. He hits the deck. That's a 14th foul for Brazil, the first for Felicio. Brazil does not have a timeout the rest of the way. So if they have another wave by Argentina, it'll be tough to stop. We saw that yesterday against Team USA in the semifinals. We take a look at Yago on that step back. Team USA wanted to stop the bleeding late in that half, and they went into halftime really deflated after the surge by Argentina. Brazil have to be careful here. Apostle dribbles it off a leg. Lima, who's into the game now for Brazil, comes up with possession. Santos for three. And Deck spinning away after grabbing the board. Bodies hitting the deck. Capasso with the ball fake. He is a magician.
Capasso out there having fun right now. You can just see using his speed, a little fake over his shoulder, and nice layup, nice finish.
Lozada for three. Can't get it to go. And Capasso will push the other way. Santos did a good job of sprinting back to stop the basketball. Deck inside to Delia, one touch pass. La Provitola up fake. It's Campasso, the ball moving well. Deck finally missing from three-point range.
But look at that sequence there, right? Paint touch, kick out, extra pass, one more, and an open shot. Fluid, seamless offense.
Huertas' floater no good, gets his own, and puts it in. That's gonna lead to an Argentina timeout. They feel a surge coming, and Pablo Prigioni, with all of his experience, saying, not on my watch.
And, you know, Prigioni, a great timeout there. Just see the floater by Huertas and not allowing, again, this crowd to get into it, right? And those are smart. That's a smart timeout, in my opinion, right? You have a convincing lead, take the timeout, not allow any momentum, and Argentina's done a good job of just really, you know, taking the air out of Brazil, taking the air out of this arena, and being in the driver's seat, being in control.
See the game leaders there for Argentina, 12 points for Campasso. 5 rebounds for La Provitola. Here is Coach Prigioni. Faces of determination, a chance to win a medal. Maybe the next generation of Brazilian basketball looking on. Here in Recife, 42-29 your score, 3:27 remaining in the half. Let's see how Argentina responds after that mini surge from Brazil. La Provitola turns the corner, kicks to Gabriel Deck, back to Lapro. Oh, Lima was caught stumbling. Lapro steps into a three, and Lima comes down with the board. Iago to the cup, missed it. Lima has come off the bench and delivered for Coach Conti. Delfino hiding behind Delia. Delia with the roll. Delfino led him a little too much. Well, Augusto Lima has come into the game for Brazil, 23 in green, did not play in the semifinal game against Canada, and he was the only player for Brazil to not check in the game. Here he is, getting big minutes. He's ready when coach called his name. On the ball right now, looking for a cutter. Sets the screen for Huertas, frees him for three. Line drive attempt not there, and Deck will clear. Provitola left his feet, still found a way to pass it. Balmaros hit a couple mid-range jump shots to quiet the crowd.
This is a tough shot, right? Tough shot there, hand in his face, great size, using it and leaning, and just making something out of nothing.
Lose into the game now for Brazil. Huertas.
Huertas so good at that, right? You know he wants to get to his mid-range. He's made a career doing that with just that light head and shoulder fake. Gets you up off your feet, and he gets there every single time.
Been doing it for years. Here's Deck on Lozada. It's a great matchup. Deck spinning, fading. Gabriel Deck is rolling.
That's a bad man. That's a bad man. He showed us everything during this AmeriCup tournament here. Here you see he has Lozada on him, and you know, bump, spins away. Look at the spin here, and you look at how much distance and space he gets on his jump shot, and just so pretty. Nice rotation. But again, the ability to go from physical and wrestling to creating that space and finesse on his shot, right? Like, that's a rare combination of skill set there.
14 points and counting for number 14. A minute to play here in the first half. Huertas, top of the key.
Huertas is smart. He's lulling you, getting closer, inching closer and closer, you know, to that three-point line, working that ball screen, and just knows where he wants to get to his spots in the mid-range.
La Provitola got to the lane, couldn't finish. Brazil could go 2 for 1 here. It's Huertas, floater, left it short, 1 and done. And Argentina takes their time, feeling that they could go into half with momentum. The foul away from the basketball, and Balmaro comes up smiling, maybe feeling like he could have took a shot from Luz. It'll be Balmaro at the free throw line, and Lima going over to have some words. Balmaro still smiling, looking in the direction of Lima. He might have some fire here in this ball game.
This is what it's about, right? These guys are coming out here to fiery. This is championship basketball, right? This is what everybody's come here to see. This is what these guys have lived for, been playing this whole week for, is to be in this moment right now. So a couple, you know, fireworks, a little smoke, never hurt nobody.
A one-game scenario. This isn't a series. There's no tomorrow. It's today or never.
Now or never, right? You think about it. That's the tough thing about gold medal games is you get a silver, but you don't win silver, right? There's only 2 teams that leave here as a winner. That's the bronze medal and the gold medal game.
Lima checks out of the game to make way for Leonardo. Diaz will leave for Benite. 13-point lead for Argentina. Brazil could hold for the final look. Delia on the bench. Valette coming into the game now for Argentina. And Huertas will dribble in the front court. Santos comes to the ball. Uses the up fake. The Paula open for 3. Good if it goes.
Great drive and kick there by Dos Santos, just making a read, and DePaula knocking it down. Great way to end the half for Brazil here, right? Get a stop, go into the half, regroup. More importantly, you have the momentum on your side.
10-point game, 48-38. Argentina in front. Here are the statistics from the first half. Argentina with 8 3-pointers in the game. Brazil trying to find themselves from deep. Rebounds almost essentially identical. The assist, the ball movement by Argentina. 7 assists in this one. And boy, the top scorers, Gabriel Deck, the leading scorer of the tournament, he still has 14 in this game and counting. Campasso putting his scoring pants on with 12. Halftime show on your way. Here's the best plays from the first half. We'll be back momentarily with second half action in the gold medal game at the FIBA AmeriCup here in Recife. Your score, 48-38. Argentina leads after the first 20 minutes of play.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Young, skying in and throwing it down. Khalif Young rocking the rim here in Recife. What a rejection by Grant. Zimmerman had eyes for a dunk and Grant denied him. Canada looking to run. Banton is calling for it. They throw it up. Banton throws it down. 9 points and counting for Delano Banton. He's arrived here in the third. Deck in the open floor, left it behind for Malmado. Showtime for Argentina.
Nobody's out there. Nobody's coming with it. Huertas just tees it up against a good shot. Oh!
Rodriguez pounds it home. What a look by Batista. Huertas splits the D, hands. Diaz hammers it home. And they're rocking in Recife. Colome spinning. Delgado with the facial.
Moment here gets into fifth gear to spin. He was a little out of control.
And to shoot. Cheatham! Nasty! Nesbitt. Great job by Mojica, not losing to the screen. Oh, hello! Henson with the facial. Wow. Driving, floating, Norris Cole. I am him with 1.4 remaining in the game.
This is what it's about. You see the attack, attacking the basket, scooping above that strong side help. And the degree of difficulty on that shot, right defense on this right side.
Moments away from the start of the second half here of the gold medal game in Recife. It is the FIBA AmeriCup 2022. Argentina leads the host nation Brazil by 10 after 20 minutes of play. Carlin Gay alongside Javon Shepard. Javon, you had some keys to the game. We'll start with Argentina since they're on our screen right now. Is it the same message you have for them here in the second half?
Absolutely, right? And they came out in that first half and we said, look, take care of the basketball, right? And they played 20 minutes of action with just 2 turnovers. And that helped because they were able to get off to an 11-0 run at one point early in the game and just sustain that. They've also been able to now execute their offense a bit more seamless and also play at a faster pace, right? 5 more shots than Brazil. So going into the second half, it's got to be the same thing, right? You take care of the ball, you get to where you want, get the shots that you want, rather, and it allows you to be in that driver's seat, to take control, to get this crowd out of this game, which they did, really negate this crowd.
Argentina led by as many as 15 points in that first half. They have a 10-point lead. So we're closing in to the start of the second half. We see Brazil emerge from the locker room, spending the extra time there for Coach Conte. There's a lot that they could change. Your key coming into this one was energize the crowd and feed off of it. They haven't been able to find a way to really energize the crowd consistently.
And they haven't been playing consistent, right? You can just see it at times. They've been sped up by Argentina and not really getting the shots that they want or good looks, just tough shots. And then at other times playing too much into the crowd in advised shots. So I think one thing is to really control the runs. Basketball is a game of runs and not allowing Argentina to have an 11-0 run like they had early in the first half. And secondary, string together 2 or 3 stops, but also capitalize on the other end, and you get 2 or 3 baskets. It changes the momentum of things, right? You hit a big shot coming out of going into the half, rather. DePaula hit a nice 3 here. Now that's something to ride on. You get a stop early, you get a bucket early, and you're right into a single-digit game. It's a complete different ball game, right? So again, feed off of that energy, but you've got to channel it the right way, and you've got to get stops.
Thought Brazil missed an opportunity in the second quarter. It was very early in that quarter where they got Argentina into foul trouble and didn't really take advantage of that and get to the line and kind of get momentum going. Scan the QR code on your screen. Courtside 1891, your home for streams, schedules, scores, and so much more from the AmeriCup and beyond. Download the app, Courtside 1891 rather, today.
And you said it, right? There was about 7 minutes in that second quarter where Argentina was in the penalty, right? That's got to be a focus of Brazil there, where and a point of emphasis to, hey, I got to get in attack mode. I got to find mismatches and find those matchups and attack them. Right? And I thought Benitez, who's standing in front of us, matched up with Delfino here, did a good job early in just recognizing good shots, attacking off the catch. Just more of that simple basketball, but smart and heady basketball.
Off we go here. Second half action. The 5 on the floor for Argentina. La Provitola, Delfino, Deck, Violet, and Balmaro. La Provitola, the turnover there. The transition D there by Argentina, but they leave the trailer. Benitez makes them pay.
You couldn't have asked for a better start. You get, a stop on one end. You get out in transition, get an early look, get a post touch, get a kick out, and get Benitez, who's had a great first half start, going again early on with a wide open shot.
Santos picks up his second foul. Here it is.
There you see, great rhythm, stepping into it, great arc.
So far in this tournament, Coach Conte has pulled the right strings with his team. He has Lima and Benitez, who started the game on the bench now, playing to start the second half. Campasso, up fake, got it off in time, can't get the kind roll. In and out crossover, Santos finds Lima. Gets out of the key and now looking for help. He finds it in Benitez. Santos is open. They finally get it to him. Now DePaula even more wide open for three.
Exactly what you wanted, right? Feel that energy in here. A couple stops early. Great ball movement, and DePaula hitting another three. Same spot on the other basket.
Delfino for three. Quiets the crowd. That's experience.
How smooth is he, right? No wasted movement on his jump shot. Gets it into his pocket, rises up, and doesn't even flinch. Like, I do this. I've been doing this for 40-some years.
40 years to be sacked on the earth. And the foul on La Provitola as he prevented Benitez from cutting there. It's going to be the first foul for him. First team foul as well for Argentina. Here it is.
And you see Benitez, good job again, just moving off of the ball and working those pin downs, flare actions. Here you see coming off a stagger here. And again, big shot, right? Coming right off the stagger, feet ready, shot ready, knocks it down.
He has three-pointers in this game. Deck loses possession. Minero, he's fouled, he'll go to the line. No basket. Minero going to the line. The crowd reacting to the follow there by Santos. But this is not what Argentina wanted, and this is exactly what Brazil wanted. Your key to the game, get this crowd fired up and feed off of it. It's happening in the first 2 minutes.
Absolutely. You couldn't ask for a better 2-minute start to the second half here. And not only have you gotten stops, which was the important thing, but you've made shots and capitalize on those stops. And then what happens there, you generate some energy, you manufacture some fluidity, and a number of guys touch the ball, they feel involved in the game, they start to give more on both ends.
Minero goes 1 of 2 from the line. Santos and Campasso jousting. La Provitola in the lane, Euro step. He gets fouled, he'll go to the line for 2.
He's so crafty, right? It's hard to stop that there. He's coming off that curl and attacking the defenses behind him. You see it here and just avoids the defense. Big man like Lima, he can't really move with him. And you can see it. Him and Benitez here just getting into words while La Provitola is at the free throw line. You've got to do a better job. Guards have got to do a better job of just getting into the hips of La Provitola, because if he comes out that last screen and turns a corner, you're behind him. He's crafty enough. Once he gets into paint, it's problems.
Lima waiting for Benitez. He's caught fire from 3 and rolls one home. Points and counting for Benitez. Now Provitola skip pass. Delfino step back 3 on the way. Too strong. Minero with the strong rebound. And Dos Santos in the front court. Good hands there by Campasso. Dos Santos tracks it, and then Campasso finds it again. Deck kicks. La Provitola alone for 3. Indeed. You can't speed them up.
Can't speed them up, and a great job there. You know, the closeout doing exactly what you're supposed to, running on and trying to get him off the line, but he doesn't run off the line. He's, takes a dribble, a sidestep, and stays at the three-point line and gets himself a good shot.
Santos probing, kicks. Benitez from the corner. Finally missing from deep. Campasso was fouled by Benitez in the open floor. That's the 3rd team foul now for Brazil in this one. There's that side step you talked about.
So great, so that's smart. high IQ. You know, guys are closing out hard and trying to get you off that line. And again, just calm, poised, patient, dribble aside, lets the defense blow by. And at that point, it's just him in the basket. He knows what to do with it. If you give him that much space, you give him that much time, that man has been paid to score the basketball. He's certified there.
Coach Conte giving it to Santos there. And still giving it to him on the bench. Emotions running high in this one. 6-point game, Argentina in front. No shot, the foul is on the floor, no shot. It's going to be the 4th team foul for Brazil. And a bench warning for Brazil as well, as Conte was getting into it with the officials. He's been fired up on the sideline. And on the other sideline, you see Pablo Prigioni, who's been here before, cool as ice. La Provitola, he traveled. That time a better closeout, wasn't it?
You got to give DePaula credit, right? The defense that he's played over the 5 games that we've seen him, right? He's picked up, you know, 1s, 2s, 3s, wings down to posts. And you can see they're doing exactly what we spoke about, getting into the hip, riding La Provitola off of the screen and just getting there before him.
Benite behind the back. Lima, hard screen to free him. The kick, Huertas for 3.
I'll tell you one thing, Benitez came here to ball. He came here to hoop today.
Scoring and dishing. Huertas now with 11. DePaula physical with La Provitola, way too physical, and they'll send La Provitola to the line as Brazil is now in the penalty.
Here you just see him, hesitation, gets Deli off his foot. And Huertas just knocking it down. Great pass, great mid-range guy, but an open shot like that, he becomes a 3-point shooter as well.
So La Provitola working on an 11-point, 5-rebound, 3-assist night. He's 3 of 9 from the field. And he'll get a chance at some free throws here. Talking to the media before game, a lot of debate whether or not he should be included in the All-Star 5. He's played well enough to at least be in the discussion.
He makes it so hard, right? Because the points in the games where he steps up are those pivotal moments where you need him, right? And he steps up and rises to the occasion. But again, the talent level that we've seen over the course of this week, a week and a half, has been tremendous. They've just made that decision difficult on everybody.
Huertas. Benite. Throws it up to Lima. That'll be Huertas with the bigger Delia on him. Pulls for 2. Too strong, and Deck flying in for the rebound. Campasso. This is a battle of 2 great guards. Huertas and Campasso. Delia screens. It's going to be an offensive foul. Campasso can't believe it. Hands on his head. And now talking a little junk to Huertas on the way by. 3rd foul for Campasso as he does the Mutombo and heads back on defense. And if Huertas sold it, he sold it well.
He definitely did. You can see him here. Took it to the body and held his chest like he got shot. But listen, whatever you have to do at this moment here, 4 minutes left, 14 total in this game, and you got to do what you got to do to come out with a victory. And that's fight. That's, if you got to act a bit, you do it. Pull out all the stops.
Seems okay now on the inbound. Leonardo into the game for Brazil. Mineiro as well. And that's going to be a foul on Brusino. It's the 14th foul. Campasso still upset. Brusino's 2nd foul call. Provitola comes up with a pickpocket. Finds Delia now. Delia on the turn. Deck is alone. Didn't take the shot. Dribbles it off a foot. Now Provitola tracks it down. 8 to shoot. Maybe La Provitola teeing up a deep three.
Former coach of mine once said, John Beeline, the way a possession starts is usually telling it how it's going to end. You can just see there, Argentina a bit discombobulated, and you end up with a shot like that from La Provitola. Very telling.
One of the few times we've seen that tonight, and for that matter, all tournament long, Argentina has been a well-oiled machine offensively. They're not moving off the ball. You can really tell, to your point. Lima inside, De Paula pounds it home.
Lima, he's playing great basketball, right? Making the most of his minutes there. Great high-low action, making himself available, and drop down to De Paula.
Leonardo gets his hand on it and will push the other way. Huertas for the tie. Can't get it to go. Lima, there's that man again. Huertas, and a notion to try it again.
You can feel if they make a shot right now, the whole roof is going off in this place. I'll tell you that much.
Lima steps up. Leonardo's gonna have to shoot. Didn't get it off in time. The whole crowd here, 7,000 plus, jammed into this arena. You can hear them. Shoot it. Shoot it.
You feel it. You feel it. It gives me chills right now. Great high-low action there. Lima rising to the top, flashing to the top of the key there, and you can see De Paula had La Provitola on his high side, and you get him down there, he knows what to do with it. Flat-footed, vertical, gets up on the rim.
Lima exits the game, so does De Paula. This brings Felicio back on the floor, as well as Santos. Remember, he took head coach Conti's words of encouragement, we'll call them. Let's see how it affects his game here to close the third. He's guarding La Provitola. He's gonna have his work cut out for him. Deck attacking here. Gabriel Deck is fouled. He'll go to the line.
He shot out of there like a cannon. Got downhill to his right hand, and Leonardo there just knows it's tough. Right? Puts you in a tough spot there, because if he takes off, that solid frame, you see it here, protects himself. Right foot, right hand. Great timing on it.
Front rims the first free throw. Nervous moments in this gym for both sides. Deck splits the pair. Diaz checks back in for Leonardo. Leonardo had the big game against Team Canada. So far tonight, struggling a bit. Santos crosses the timeline. You see the free throw numbers on both sides. Felicio didn't look at the rim that time. Hands it to Benite. Can he stay hot? That's a 2. In and out. Diaz crashing. Can't finish. Santos hustling to get another position. Diaz from the corner. And La Provitola collects. Deck to the rim. Fouled. He'll go to the line. He's mad at himself for missing that layup.
He knows it, right? He knows how much that one would mean. You know, one who he could have had to add one opportunity. And just look how fast that Argentina gets out onto the break. Only 3 seconds off of the clock. Off that rebound, kick up, and Deck, he knows at that point he just put too much on it, slipped out of his hands. He's strong enough. He didn't really feel the contact. I'll tell you that much, because I've seen him get beat up this whole week. And he's played right through it. Mad at himself. You can just, maybe the hands were wet, but just a little too much off the glass there.
Deck has a little bit of blood on his shorts. So they're going to get some time to clean that up, get him back in the game. Officials are actually going to sub him out of the game, and Capasso will take the free throw as they clean deck up. Capasso shooting 83% from the line coming into this game. You see the blood there, bottom of your screen on the left leg of Deck as they try to stop it. He has a fresh pair of shorts that's going to be handed to him by one of his teammates over there. You want that man back on the floor. Galizzi and Minero get tied up. Officials move in. Everyone's saying, hey, we're all good. You see the unity between those two and play on. Job by the officials in that moment to not call a double foul or technical or unsportsmanlike anything, allowing it to play out. This is a gold medal game. Santos. 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Santos behind the back. Good defense there by Balmaro. Santos kicks it to Lima, who kicks it to Minero way off on the three. Santos just not having the same type of impact. Argentina, they circled him coming into this game, and maybe they said, hey, if anyone's going to beat us, it ain't going to be number 2 in green.
Not going to be him, right? And that scouting report is out, and you look at the other guards on the other side. You know, Capasso and Laprovitola, 2 small, quick guards as well, right? And obviously Dos Santos, excuse me, the younger one of the bunch, and they're just a little bit too much dribble.
Santos, 23 years of age. Has been the spark plug off the bench for Brazil. Lima with the rejection. Santos. Diaz, Lima clapping, wants the ball. Santos says, get out of the way, I have Valette on me. I want to dance. Santos for 3, pure.
He's ready. He cleared out. Lima wanted the ball at the high post. Then he said, no, no, no. I got this under control.
Laprovitola attacking Benite. Spinning. Uses the Galizzi screen, who rolls. Blocked by Diaz. Santos in the open floor. To the rack. Rejected by Balmaro. And a foul to stop the break. Balmaro saying, No, mi casa. Give me that. There you see the foul there on Minero. Will send Galizzi to the line. Galizzi hasn't been at the line a lot here, but he's shooting 50% from there. Rattles home the first. Motion's running high on both sides. Galizzi 2 of 2 from the line and looked pure on both of those. His first 2 of the evening. Santos finds Lima. Count it. And the foul.
Great pocket pass there, and Lima, good job using his body. Great finish. There you see the block there again, and he's come out and had himself, you know, a big-time game. And the reality is, he may not have been on Argentina's scouting report, right? You look at the bigs that have played, and Felicio and Mariano have come out and really held down that position. But he stepped up here, right? Jumping in and having an impact and just giving Brazil a completely different look.
Double dribble is going to be called on Balmaro. You see the reaction from head coach Prigioni, and Balmaro shaking his head no. Brazil will take possession here after the rejoin. You decide at home. Oh, there it is. Definitely. A double dribble. Santos for the tie. Balmaro collects. Amaro turning the corner, runs into Lima. 1 6-second difference between shot and game. It's Balmaro looking to dance. Behind his back, got tripped by Lima. Lima did a decent job of staying in front of him initially, but went for the reach, and that's where his feet stopped moving. Third foul for Lima. You got to give him all the credit in the world. He was the only player that did not play in the semifinal for Brazil. He's come in and he was ready when Coach Conte called his name, and he has delivered here in big minutes.
And that's what it's about, right? Coach Conte looks down the bench. You know what you're going to get with Lima. Didn't play, like you mentioned, in the semifinals, but comes in and playing big time minutes here, right? Talk about that mental toughness, that mental grit.
He's been a +9 on the floor for Brazil. As Balmaro knocks down both free throws to restore a 5-point lead. Balmaro has 9 off the bench for Argentina. Galizzi will leave the game. No fouls to give either way. Huertas back on the floor for Brazil. Backdoor cut. Santos, he left it short. And Valette was fouled with 1.4 remaining in the third. From bad to worse on that possession.
And you love how Huertas right now is telling Dos Santos, like, it's okay, next play. Move on to the next one. Pretty much just trick the layup here. The bad foul by Lima. But Dos Santos, he's going to want that one back.
Valette cashes that on the first. That foul was Lima's 4th. So as well as he's played, now a foul away from being DQ'd. Haven't seen Felicio, haven't seen much of Mariano in this game. They're gonna have to be ready if Lima fouls out. That shot nowhere near going down, and that's how we'll end the third quarter. 67-60. Argentina 10 minutes away from potentially wearing gold here in Brazil. Stats there on your screen for the gold medal game. 3 quarters, you can see in the foreground the legend Oscar Smith getting serenaded by the crowd, but here are the best plays from the third quarter. Courtside 1891, your home for streams, schedules, scores, advanced highlights, and so much more. Download it today. Keep up to date with everything international basketball. Argentina has done 30 minutes of work. They're 10 minutes away from winning an AmeriCup here in Brazil and spoiling the party. The Brazilians still within striking distance as we start the fourth. Off we go. Santos on the floor with DePaula, Diaz, Benite, and Lima, who has 4 fouls. It'll be Diaz for 3. Lima crashing the glass, but ripped out of his hands by Campasso. Argentina counters with Campasso, Valette, Delia, Rusino and Balmaro. Valette. Rusino wants the three, takes the three. Can't hit it. Another rebound there by Lima. It's Lima's 5th rebound in the game. Benite turns the corner. Blocked there by Valette. Great job of moving his feet and swatting one. Delia gives it away. There's confirmation of the 5 on the floor for Argentina. The one thing you said at half that Argentina couldn't do was turn the rock over. They don't want possessions like that and give Brazil any momentum here in the 4th.
Possessions like that, those are empty calories. The only positive off of that is it's a dead ball turnover, right? And again, you're giving Brazil more opportunities to see the ball go in. And a guy like this, that he wants those shots, he wants those moments, and compounded with the offensive rebound.
Benite off on the 3-point opportunity. And Balmaro will push in and out crossover. Balmaro lost control as he went up for the layup. Santos. Diaz for 3. That falls short. Santos with the rebound, he's fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Diaz, it's, you know, the many shots that he's gotten tonight, they just seem to have fallen short, almost like he doesn't have his legs under it, creating great arc on it. But you can tell once it leaves his hand, it's just not making it to the rim there. And mad at himself, and rightfully so. He knows that he's missed a couple big shots that could have really given, you know, Brazil some momentum and broken the backs of Argentina.
Iago Santos knocks down the first free throw. He's now in double figures with 10 points. 7 assists to go along with it. And Recife about to take the mic. Campasso fires it into Delia. The kick out. Deck finds Campasso on the 3. Santos picks it up, and he was fouled in the backcourt. Crowd reacting to the basket, but there's no shot. The whistle is hard to hear in here.
Tough sequence for Argentina there, bro. You get Delia under the post that was a little apprehensive, wasn't looking for it. Kicks out to Deck, who is not the most comfortable, despite him hitting a couple tonight from 3. Not the most comfortable from 3. And Campasso that really wasn't able to do anything with it.
Santos. Benite open for 3.
We have a little game going on here.
2-point game. A lot of confusion for Argentina. A foul's going to be called on the floor. The reaction from Diaz could have been a tech, but the officials let it go. And I believe it's the right call. A lot of emotion on the floor in a championship game. Here's the call. Rusino checks out. Another foul. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul. Gabriel Deck picks it up.
And listen, this is Championship Sunday. You play on. You got to play through to the whistle. Gabriel Deck there saying Lucas Diaz pinned him in and may have got a hook, but there's 7.5 minutes left in this game. You play through. There's no more calls. The refs, they're going to swallow those whistles now.
Third foul for Gabriel Deck. Let's see if Brazil could take the lead here with a 3. They give it away. With hands there and good read by Delia. They knew they were going to Benite, and he read that all the way. Campasso, deck for three, didn't hesitate this time, missed it. And Huertas, who's back in the game, leading the charge. Official falls down, and the crowd reacts, and he is down and hurt. A stop and play with 6:55 to let the air out of the gym for a second. As all of our attention goes to our official here. See at the top of the screen, slipped on a wet spot and went down hard. Both teams will go to their bench. Hopefully, he's okay. Javon, here's the spray.
That's the spray we talk about. I'm waiting to figure out what it's for. I've been in those positions where I rolled an ankle and the trainer runs out with a spray, and it doesn't penetrate my socks or the tape, so I'm still figuring it out. But it's great to see the ref is back up on feet and just saying he's okay. He doesn't need any spray. He's whatever it is, he's back and ready to go. So
that's Jorge Vasquez from Puerto Rico. Good to see he's back on his feet. And honestly, we might have needed that because it was rocking in here for a second. Here is Benite with 18 points, 4 3-pointers. On that last possession that Daly was able to get his hand on, you felt like they were looking and searching for him to get possessions like this.
Just look at how he gets to the ball and comes to it aggressive, rises in the moment, and his feet set, right? You like how he steps into it left, right, confident. And no wasted movement. Gets into his pocket, keeps the ball high when he catches it. And just fluid right up into a shot.
Still checking on our official. He's our crew chief here. The championship game. Glad to see he's A-okay. You saw the players concerned about him as well. Sportsmanship, yeah, championship game, yeah, you're in the heat of the moment, but someone goes down, you turn your attention, you become a human being just like that. Absolutely. All right, back to the game.
Absolutely, and for the referees, these are big games too, right? To be able to coach in this environment and in front of this crowd, and the stakes are so high, this is big for them.
Huertas, the crowd alerting him that the shot clock was winding down. Diaz puts it on the deck. Huertas. Benite open for three. Can't hit. Minero tracks down an offensive rebound. Huertas tries again. Can't get it to go. And it's going to be a foul on Minero as he crashed into Campasso.
And it's so ironic, right? A strength of Brazil over the course of this whole AmeriCup tourney has been their ability of their bigs to knock down threes and guys to make shots. And you just feel like Lucas Diaz, he's missed a couple. And see Huertas here missing another one, right? You make one or two of these shots, and especially Lucas Diaz, who they lean on, for a big part of the 3-point contribution. Brazil could potentially have this game in their hands.
How does Argentina respond? This Brazilian surge. They led by as many as 15. The lead is 2 now. Campasso. Valmaro did well to save it. 3 to shoot. Campasso knows it. He tees it up. Unable to hit. Look who's on the rock. It's Deck, but he's stripped by Diaz. Huertas. Diaz. Benite. Offensive foul on Minero. Second time on 2 possessions, and he picks up an offensive foul. 4th foul for him in the game, and that's a tough one. It's really on Benite, isn't it?
It's tough, and that's on Benite. Just Minero doing a good job of just trying to hunt the screen. But again, Benite's got to give him some time to set his feet, right? In a the defender off of the screen as opposed to him searching out.
Who steps up for Argentina? Gabriel Deck has been the man for them all tournament long. Almaro fires it in the corner. La Provitola, cross-court pass. Campasso open, blocked by Diaz. Santos into the game. And you know he loves these moments as Delia on him. They go down low. Leonardo in the corner. Leonardo through the lane. It'll be Santos for three. Left it short. Rebound, Leonardo ties the game.
That's tough. Leonardo just swam around the defense, boxing him out, and gets himself a bucket. Offensive rebounding. This whole place is going crazy. This is the energy. This is the fight that you want. Tie game. 5 minutes left. You see it here, just that fight. Gets himself a bucket. It's an important time right now. This is the peak of the game, the pinnacle point of the game, and this comes out with a big play. You see the passion there, right? You can tell this means something to him. This is a big game. You're at home, family, friends, gold medal on the line. This means something to everybody in this arena, and these guys are playing for it.
The bucket that tied it right before the timeout. It's Argentina's first timeout here in the half. They have 2 remaining. Brazil has 3 timeouts at their disposal. Just under 5 to play. And this is what you want if you're a fan. Good basketball in a championship game. Allowing a moment for someone to rise and take control and make history. Foul on Santos. Campasso baited him into that one. It's going to be the 3rd foul for Santos. 1 more from the penalty is Brazil. La Provitola spinning in the lane. It was stripped, got it back, and then forced it up and in. That's a big-time bucket by Lapro. 15 and counting. La Provitola. Santos watched by Campasso. Benite was held. And fouls on La Provitola. Both teams now a foul away from the penalty. La Provitola picks up his 3rd. 4:30 remaining in the game. Benite on the inbound. Almost gave it away. Diaz had to quickly react to that. Santos, Minero thought about the 3, now takes it. Leonardo stripped. Minero puts it up as the shot clock expires. Can't hit the 3. La Provitola finds his way in the lane. Deck left alone, didn't even look at the rim. Now he'll go to work on the block. Gabriel Deck with Benite on his back. Fired it into the defense. Good hands there by Diaz. The 13th turnover from Argentina. They have 11 in this half alone. Benite. Diaz from the corner for the lead.
There it is. That's the one. That's the one he's been missing. That's the one he wanted. He's missed a couple of them, and that to me That could be the changing point, right? That could shift things. If he sees one or two more go in, big bonus for Brazil.
La Provitola to the 10. No good. Ball last touched by Brazil. Will stay here with 14 to shoot. Lucas Diaz been waiting. Had been 0 for 3 from 3 till then. And what a time to have his first three-pointer go in. You see what it means. Final here at the AmeriCup. La Provitola swatted by Leonardo. Santos on the rock. Will peel off. Try to run a set. Monero screens for Santos. He turns, snakes, hands it to Deck. Unfortunately for him, he's not on his team. Gabriel Deck almost able to put it down, but he'll go to the line for 2. That foul putting Brazil in the penalty. The free throws the rest of the way for Argentina.
He still almost comes up with that basket there, right? Just knows the defense is coming, protects the ball, and almost used that forearm to shield himself. Just so strong and his understanding. You know, not only is he on a fast breaking transition right here, but the 2 defenders are collapsing on him, right? Great job, great awareness.
Gabby Deck ties the game for free throw. $17 and counting for him. Leading scorer in this AmeriCup gives Argentina the 1-point lead once again. Benite, Santos, Diaz will take the 3.
Bang! That's the second one. And he's turning up, kept shooting the ball, and just knows it. Great ball screen action, slips his screen, and gets to his spot, right, open.
La Provitola on the defense of Leonardo will attack the basket, looks for Deck. Racino might have to put it up. He will have to put it up. Step back 3 on the way off. In the hands of Monero.
You get right back to that hot hand. Ball screen action, get that slip again. And if that defense helps out on Lucas Diaz, we're getting to the rim though, Santos.
Iago Santos, 7 to shoot. It's Iago time in Brazil. Can't hit, goes out of bounds. You know he wanted it. The crowd wanted it. It wasn't there. Minute 28 to play. Gold medal game at the AmeriCup. Don't go anywhere. Timeout on the floor. Diaz finding the range here in the fourth. Started 0 for 3 from three-point range. He's knocked down his last two. 6 crucial points. He's on the floor trying to close one out at home for a gold medal. Joining him is Leonardo, Lima with 4 fouls, Benite and Santos. That's the 5 on the floor for Brazil. Mineiro will check in, replacing Diaz. Defense for offense there for Coach Conte. On the other side, Campasso, Brusino, La Provitola, Delia, and Deck. It's Campasso behind the back to Delia, and he throws it down. What a play by Facu Campasso.
Just look at him attracting 2 defenders there, and just Delia again being active, understands his guards getting there. He's drawing attention and just comes down the lane. Nobody in sight, he knows what to do with it, finishes it. And a big time finish there, tie game with a minute to go.
Benite almost lost it. La Provitola all over him. Benite kicks. Santos back to Benite. 3 to shoot, the floater. Can't get it to go, vacuumed in by Delia. Under a minute to play. Tie game, championship game at the AmeriCup. Argentina and Brazil. 4th time they play in the finals at an AmeriCup. More times than any other team in the Americas. It's Campasso dancing. 4 to shoot. Campasso for 3. Can't get it to go. Deck with the rebound and fresh 14. Santos sitting in his seat. La Provitola gets the switch he wants. Attacks. Gabriel Deck. Count it. And he gives Argentina a 2-point lead. What a game. Still 16.1 remaining. The next generation of Argentinian fans may be seeing Gabriel Deck deliver an AmeriCup championship here in 2022 on that layup. Brazil has the basketball coming out of the timeout. Argentina doesn't have a foul to give. Neither does Brazil. Both teams with 1 timeout. Where do you go if you're Coach Conte?
You're going right into an action with Lucas Diaz again, and you're at an advantage right now. You have time. You don't need to force a 3. You don't need to go for the kill. You can get one open, get a good shot, you go for it, but at the same time, you have 2 guards there that can get downhill, right? Just some action there, and just expect to play that ball screen and play the guard getting downhill, or you're gonna get another wide open, you're gonna get an open shot.
On the floor for Brazil. Well, Coach Pablo Prigioni takes his final timeout after seeing the alignment from Brazil. Argentina with no timeouts remaining, so we'll have to wait to see the conclusion of this one. Let's head to the huddle and listen in on the conversation for Brazil.
Aqui embaixo, tá bom? A bola vem, se a bola vier com o Huertas, é o Huertas aqui e o Iago aqui embaixo. Preferência o Iago. Aqui vai um ghost, certo? Vai um ghost. Então é isso aqui, ó. Léo tá aqui. O Iago tá com a bola, o Vitor faz um ghost e o Lucas Dias já vem aqui, ó. Tá bom? Vitor vem veloz pra dar dúvida na troca, tá? Léo, a hora que ele bater aqui, você sai. Vem pro lado contrário. Tá certo? Pra abrir espaço pro Iago romper aqui. E vocês espaço.
Eles já falaram que vão trocar tudo esse espaço aqui, eles vão trocar, mas cuidado. Se eles trocarem, você vai estar livre.
Um ghost perfeito. Se não deu, o Iago tá com a bola, quem vai me bloquear ou não?
Time to ask a higher power for help. 16.1 remaining in the game. Argentina up 2 off the deck layup. Brazil chance to respond out of that timeout. No fouls to give either way. Leonardo inbounds to Huertas. They almost lost possession in their own backcourt. Santos guarded by Campasso. Diaz left free for 3 and the lead. In and out, tapped up. Ball game! Ball game! Argentina win the AmeriCup in Brazil's house in 2022. Oh, Manu Ginobili, there's your gift to cap off a great weekend. 75-73, your final score. We're going back to Buenos Aires with the title. What a battle. The two best teams here in Recife gave us a show for the ages as Argentina outlasts Brazil here in Recife on a Gabriel Deck layup to win the game.
And, you know, who better than Deck to really close this thing out, right? You talk about the tournament that he's had, right? And what he's come in here and been able to do and just imposed himself from the very first match, you know, that this team had out here. And for him to come out and close this thing, the passion, the fight that he played with. And then you see the coaches over there. Pablo Prigioni taking this team over. And a guy that's been a winner over his career, coming out and these guys playing for him, playing as an extension of him. How impressive and how inspiring he's been for his guys. You see him in tears over there. This means a lot. And you spoke about, Manu Ginobili, just recently inducted into the Hall of Fame. This is like the icing on the cake.
A great weekend of basketball for the Argentinians as they celebrate AmeriCup glory. The final stats from a thrilling gold medal game here in Recife. Argentina cooling off from three-point range. I mean, they're pretty much identical across the board. The scoreline tells you that. But Argentina got a bucket and one more bucket than Brazil did. They will wear the gold medals around their neck. Leading scorer of the game and the finals and the entire tournament is Gabriel Deck. He gives you 20. None more important than the layup. And how about that? You make the trip. You're amongst thousands in attendance supporting your team. You are one of few and able to celebrate at the end of the day. That's special.
Listen, we said it right from the get-go, from the tip of this match. Medals and championships, they're forever, right? And you come out here and you are champion, right? You play like one, and you think about what this does for this basketball, program, or as a nation. It's stepping stones. It's building. It's, Argentina is one of those teams that they don't seem like they're ever rebuilding, but they always seem and feel like they're restocking, right? And you have a number of these guys that are aging and probably on their way out. A guy like Delfino, maybe a couple years left in it. But at the same time, there's a precedence that is set. There's a culture that they have established and that they've continued to cultivate. And it doesn't matter what stage it's on. It doesn't matter if it's, the World Championships, the qualifiers, the Olympics. The fact that you're able to come out here and compete, win a medal, have success individually as well. That next generation, we spoke about that. You look at all the kids that are in here, that next generation sees that, right? And you continue to inspire, you continue to invigorate and invest in them with just the amount of passion that these guys came out with, and they always showed up, right? This is a team that stuck together. I seen them a couple weeks ago, the same exact team in Victoria, Canada. They took a beating from Canada in the World Qualifiers there. And guess what? I was a little surprised when, I asked them what's next, and they said the whole team, this same team, is coming out to the FIBA AmeriCup. A number of guys that play at high level Europe don't necessarily need to be here, right? But they come out here and they're invested in their national team. They give back, and that type of cohesion, that type of investment is always rewarded, right? And you look at what they've done here.
Gabriel Deck going to be announced as our player of the game. You see him there, and that two-pointer that he hit, and a tough shot, taking contact, and the layup seals the deal for Argentina. Look, Brazil got a great look at the end of the game that they will look back and say, if we had to do it all over again, we'd probably accept that same look. Diaz open for three after hitting 2 3-pointers to get the lead for Brazil, but he wasn't able to make it 3.
You take that look 10 out of 10 times, right? And they went for the kill, right? You make that shot, you're a hero, you're in your home, your backyard, and you win the game. You miss it, right? Those are the moments, and we said it before, those are the moments that every competitor, every player lives for. You go into your summer workouts and your training, you envision that. You're taking dribbles, you're counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for these moments, right? And Michael Jordan, anybody, LeBron James, the Kobe Bryants of the world, you're gonna miss more than you make those, right? And you still have to take them and have that will, that passion, and that courage for those moments, because when you do, those are big moments. Those are moments that they take you from elite player to legendary players.
Carol Callan, our FIBA America's president, about to offer a trophy to Gabby Deck. Leading scorer in the tournament. Just had an incredible week-and-a-half run here in Recife, named as a FIBA America's All-Star 5. Norris Cole also being named an All-Star 5, and his big shot to get past Puerto Rico, the way he was just professional throughout, playing well and really becoming the leader amongst leaders for Team USA, earned him the All-Star 5. Delano Banton, Toronto Raptor player. It was all about Team Canada for him here in Recife. Well-deserved nod as an All-Star 5. He grew up here in the week in Recife, on the floor and as a leader, no question about it. And Iago Santos hears it from the crowd. When you talk about prime time, when you talk about money player, Santos was that. A youngster, future bright for him, just 23 years of age for Brazil. And finally, Facundo Campasso, the leading assist getter in the tournament tonight, was all about his scoring though. Really set the tone, putting the ball in the basket for Argentina. He is the final member of the All-Star 5 here at the FIBA AmeriCup. Campasso, Cole, Banton, Deck, and Santos. You don't need a big. I'll take that team and I'll roll the ball out and say, hey, let's play.
Toss it out and say, let's hoop, right? Those guys, they came out this week and they led the charge for their teams. And like you mentioned, a number of them not only led the charge for their team, but they grew over the course of this, week and a half. And you mentioned Delano Banton, who we've seen, has put this Canada team on his shoulders. You've seen Norris Cole, who I think you mentioned it earlier, came out and he played like, listen, I want to get back in the NBA, played at that level, right? And that was impressive to see. And obviously, you've seen the level of Dos Santos and Gabriel Deck and Facu Campasso, who came out here to play the gold medal game. Impressive. And a guy like Campasso, who's still a free agent. You have to imagine that there's teams looking in and watching this thing right now.
Gabriel Deck, the MVP of the entire tournament. And as you said, fitting that he was able to close the tournament, scoring the last basket of the tournament to give his team a gold medal. Doesn't hurt to add a new watch to the collection either.
Doesn't hurt. I would love to have the watch, but he, what he did this week, he really topped it off today because showed you everything in his bag, in his arsenal this week. Mid-range game, post-game, slash game. Knew the scouting report was out on him and came out and hit some big threes, right? Just changed what he was going to give you and how he was going to impact the game. And then to close this thing out, went right back in Deck fashion, slashing to the basket, getting his hands on the ball, and just a tough finish through contact to get that last basket to seal this game.
Time to present the bronze medal to Team USA, and a team that came out here and had to come together and gel quickly, and they were able to do that, and they have a medal to show for it. As you said, during the gold medal game, there's only 2 teams that get to leave a competition like this on a win. Obviously not the way that Team USA wanted to leave. They wanted to stand on top of the podium, hear the national anthem play. But the bronze medal, I think it's indicative of the way they were able to battle back. They lost their first game in Mexico, and they could have kind of put their heads down and felt sorry for themselves. But the next 2 games, they really hammered their opponents. Puerto Rico pushed them right to the edge. They were able to get past them and just didn't have enough. And they could say as well that they lost to the champions at the end of the day.
Right, and you could, after that, that opening game, they could have easily, like you said, laid down and just accepted, the noise and the chatter and just everything that they had, the energy that they were receiving, right? But they came out and they responded. And like you said, a team that was put together fairly quick, and these guys have never played together before, right? And they canceled out that noise. They came together. They found ways to pull out victories, right? And now one of the 3 teams that are standing on a podium and medal. And we've said it over and over again. Medals are forever. There's 12 teams in this tournament. They're one of the ones that are standing, one of the ones that are left, one of the ones that have smiles on their faces right now. That travel back home is going to be different, right? You travel back halfway across the world, and it's smiles, it's joy. It's right now you've built some camaraderie and something that a brotherhood that you've built that you guys are always going to have forever. And that's 20 years from now. There's always going to be a reference back to this point. You put together your resumes and you're a bronze medalist, in an international competition. That shows a lot. That shows your ability to adapt. that shows their ability to fight, that shows their ability, more than anything, to win in a team environment.
And let's face it, a lot of those players standing there posing with the medals, you see their smiles and taking pictures. They may never wear a Team USA jersey again and may never be able to play for a medal again with the talent level that Team USA has. And they saw the opportunity, took advantage of it, and they're going home with hardware, memories, and forever wrapped around their neck. Congratulations to Team USA. And what about the coaching staff? Alex Jensen really leading the charge there to keep this team together. That's a tough situation to walk in. There's a lot of guys on this team that have won before. To get them to focus in on the one mission, he did just that, and they walk away with bronze.
We have to take into account as well, like you mentioned, a lot of guys that have won before, a lot of guys that have a lot of accolades behind their name. There's a lot of egos. There's a lot of different characters. So as a coach in his position, not only do you have to put, the X's and O's and the schemes and the game plans together, but you have to be able to get through, to a number of different players, a number of different ways of communication, and get everybody on the same page. And that's oftentimes what we look past in coaching and coaching in international competition, is the fact that you have to get them on the same page in short spans of time. And when adversity hits, bring them together. He did a great job of that.
So here's Brazil getting the silver medals here at home. Their one loss was unfortunately for them in the finals, and it came down to the final play where they had a shot to win it, and the man that took the shot is someone that has hit big-time buckets even in this game. It's a look that I think when they look back on, they'd say they take that 10 times out of 10.
10 times out of 10, you're taking that shot, right? And made two big ones earlier, and I thought it was a great call by Coach Conte to, put the pressure on the defense to make a decision. Are you going to defend the attack at the basket, an opportunity to tie this thing, or are you going to, defend the three? They opted for the attack and got a clean shot, got an open look. You couldn't have asked for a better shot. And as a competitor, like I mentioned before, those are the moments you live for, right? Because you knock down your hero, and you're not only a gold medalist, you're a hero in history, and that goes far beyond basketball. Like that's legacy, that's family, that's generational.
That man right there on your screen, Lima, did not play in the semifinals, and all of a sudden gets his number called in the finals, and I thought he gave tremendous minutes and kept Brazil in the game. No ego on this Brazilian team for Coach Conte. You see him receiving his silver medal. He kept everyone in check, because there was times where, in Lima's case, didn't play at all. But then you think about Felicio, player of the game the last two games, essentially, for Brazil. And Lima's got it going, so he's got to sit on the bench. And there was no complaining.
And it's funny you say that, because I had a conversation with Thiago Splitter, just a couple weeks ago. And you're just asking him, some questions about the national team experience. He was coaching the U23 team at the time. And he said, the Brazilian culture with their national team is they're going to run through the wall for you, right? Young guys, a mix of guys may not always be the most talented, but they will run, they will die, they will, give you their all. And I think you've seen that, and the humility with this team as well. Everybody had a point where they stepped up. Everybody, got their shots. Everybody took their opportunities where it was there. And again, I always say, basketball is not equal opportunity, but the way these guys play, everybody gets opportunity, right? And they changed that notion. They changed that narrative. Don't know which way. It's hard to scout them. Like I felt they were probably the most balanced team in this tournament, and obviously Argentina would be the most talented. But again, a number of young guys there, De Paula, Dos Santos, that have an extremely bright future ahead of them, and they're going to be contenders for years to come.
Think about the pressure that lands on a team's shoulders to not only perform, but perform at home, and then you get into the gold medal game and having to win at home. That's tough. There's a lot of attention being pulled in different directions. You have, families that want to get tickets and fans that want pictures, and then you have to focus in on the game. and not yet let your emotions run too high when the crowd is jumping in the first quarter, and balance that out to the fourth quarter. I thought Brazil did an incredible job, but there's only one team that can be champions, and they are walking out of the tunnel with smiles on their faces. Argentina asserting their dominance here in the Americas. And you think about, you know, the run they went on at the World Cup in 2019, getting to the finals, really riding the wave of Luis Scola's, at the time we thought was his last competition, and he was going to retire. They get all the way to the finals and just not over the hump. They wouldn't let that happen tonight at the AmeriCup, as they're riding the emotion of Manu Ginobili going in to the Hall of Fame. And you heard the messages throughout the weekend from the players and how much he means to the country, not just for basketball, but as an athlete. He's up there. He's up there with the Messis, the Maradonas, and now Ginobili in that class, enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame. And these players, I would imagine they're going to get a call from Manu saying, hey, thank you for representing Argentina at the Americas.
So, and I think what you're trying to say in fewer words is that Manu is golden. Like, he's one of the greatest of all time to do this thing and on this level, this stage. And he changed the game for, you know, a number of these guys you see on this podium right here, the stage right here. Put Argentina on the map, right? Gave them a sense of belonging, gave them a place, gave them a landscape, and exposed the world to the culture of play that we see exemplified here today and throughout the course of this tournament, and standing here with a gold medal. And I think that was special, right? Because you mentioned Luis Scola, you mentioned, you know, the success that they had, and it almost doesn't seem like there's been any drop-off, right? And it stems from what we've mentioned before, the culture that this team has. And, you know, just a couple weeks ago, replacing their coach and Pablo Prigioni stepping in, and these guys just playing for him, like so selfless, and the humility that they have and the passion that they have, you can just see it. And Pablo being a winner, right? And these guys taking on and embodying that as well just means a lot, right? And you see the smiles, you see, you know, I was impressed with Delfino being at his age and just enjoying being out here competing with these guys. And you couldn't tell me if I didn't know that he wasn't a 20-year-old, you know, in a candy store when he gets out here and gets that ball in his hands or gets around like this team environment. Just look.
Smiles all around for Argentina as they come to Brazil and leave with gold. Only one thing to do, and that's hand them the AmeriCup trophy. But first, the national anthem for Argentina. The joy and the pride of playing for your country. You had the pleasure of doing it. You know what it feels like to stand out there with the jersey the name of your country across your chest, and the national anthem playing. Argentina will remember this moment forever. And now, history in Recife, Argentina. For those 12 men that laid it out on the line, the coaching staff. And to the victor goes the spoils, Argentina, 2022 AmeriCup champions. Gold medals around their neck. They'll take the trophy home. And how many champagne baths do you think that trophy is going to have before the night is over? What a picture that is right there, folks. You have young and old. You have the new generation teaching, or learning rather, from the older generation. A legacy that will just remain and carry on for years to come. There is a kid right now watching this in Argentina saying, I could be there one day. Mendoza inspecting the trophy. Gotta love it. And a little smooch on top as well. He's one of the youngsters that one day will be teaching the next generation, the next wave that are watching right now, and hoping that he could share this same moment with them. As we take a look at Campasso, a guy who he came to this tournament really without a team, didn't care about that. You always hear about, hey, guys worrying about where their next stop could be. He wasn't worried about that. He came here to win.
Came here to win, and you always hear about that. You always hear about guys, bailing on their national team when they don't have a contract because they don't want to risk injury, or more importantly, they don't want to play bad, play poorly, and not get the lucrative deal that they're looking for. And Campasso said, forget that. I'm coming out here and I'm competing for my country. I'm giving back to my country. And not only did he do that, he played exceptionally well, right? And you have to credit him and tip your hat to him for coming out and just laying it on the line and giving it out there. And now he's a champion. That's forever. Memories live forever.
Best plays of the tournament here, or rather the final game here on your screen. You'll see the motion, the passion of a gold medal game that Argentina will forever say that they won in 2022. You had the pleasure of playing at an AmeriCup. You know what it's like to be out there on the floor. What's your lasting memory on this side of the table, thinking about what we saw here in 2022?
You know what? I still get the chills, right? Because I know the investment that these guys put into their craft, and just seeing them come out here and have this platform to play on, right? And this is what you work all of your life. There's so many years that you invest into this sport, and you get moments like these where you get to compete against the best players, not just in your country, but across the globe, internationally. So you're not just one of 12 best players in your country, but those 7 teams here, those other 7 teams here in the Americas, that's a test. I get to measure up and see what else is out there, right? And for me, just coming out here and just seeing it from this side and sharing their experience with you and so many other people that invest in this sport, right? It means a lot, right? And I think the memories that I've had in playing in the AmeriCup last forever, and then now just being a part of this, right? Obviously, we're not Argentinian, but to see them and see the joy, see the smile, see the happy faces, and just even see the tears of investment, of you know, there's so much emotions that are invested into this thing that go unspoken sometimes. And these guys, there's a human side to them that people don't speak of as well, right? And because they're elite athletes and they play at such a high level, they're almost mythical characters at times. But no, like they eat, sleep, bleed, have emotions, cry. I mean, sometimes they're left to deal with those on their own, the highs and their lows. And today's a high, you know, for Argentina, and they're going to continue to build on this.
Highest of the high, no doubt about it. For the rest of the AmeriCup, I mean, we saw some teams here that have bright futures. You think about the history we saw with the Virgin Islands, Coach Curry becoming the first woman to be here, and now it ends with Argentina creating history of their own forevermore. For Javon Shepard, I'm Carlin Gay, and our fantastic FIBA crew that's been here with us from start to finish. Thanks for joining us. Good night from the 2022 AmeriCup.